Before starting this video, and to be transparent to you, I want to thank Daedalic Entertainment for providing a review key for News Cycle to me. As always, this does not influence my opinion I have about this new game release. You know, I'm a big fan of city builders and strategy games, but sometimes there are titles which I do play as a demo and they don't really catch me. There can be several reasons from boring up to not being in the mood. I am happy though that Daedalic Entertainment provided me with a key for News Cycle, and this is why I gave this game a second chance. And it did stick. To clarify, I played the demo first and now I was able to experience a preview version for the early access, which will be live on the 18th of January of this year. Some of you might think, oh, another survival city builder. We had a bunch and we'll be getting more this year. What is the catch? Why should you invest your money and your precious time into this game? Will it be another corpse in your endless Steam library? News Cycle first reminds of a classical survival city builder. After an apocalyptic solar flare, our civilization is in ruins and it is your task to build up a new city for the people. Starting very classical by gathering basic resources, researching technology, building streets and taking care of the needs of the people. Eventually your city will grow and you will progress through the tech tree. Building up a street network does in fact have a meaning in News Cycle. Of course you could just slap down all the needed buildings, but not having an efficient road network means a decrease in production and slow transportation. Do you really need a central storage? Or should you decentralize parts of your production chains? Later on, you will have to deal with conveyor belts, trains, and other technologies too. As you advance through the tech tree, you will be in the need to add some electricity generators. This could be, for example, by wind, coal, or diesel, hence the name Dieselpunk for this genre. While wind does not need any resources to run, wind turbines can be heavily affected by storms. And also, who says that wind is always available for you? You might need to balance your energy supply out, need some coal generators as a backup in case of emergencies. And if you eventually run into an electricity shortage, you will need to decide what to shut down first to keep the rest running. News Cycle offers plenty of micromanagement abilities which are like, I do love managing the amount of workforce, I can set for each production building, managing the needs of every settler, consumption, production chains and more. To add a few challenges, News Cycle will present you with different quests. For example, in our early stage, some strangers approach our small settlement. They are asking if they could join. As we don't really think they would harm us, we will let them in. Of course, they could have had bad intentions, but in this stage of the game, I'd rather get some additional workforce. Other challenges could have wider implications on your population. Maybe your settlers demand more and better food, but can you really fulfill their demands, or would a decision towards higher rations lead eventually to shortages? Maybe you're even preparing for a possible harsh winter coming up. Need to store every single piece of food and resources, as the winter might be taking longer than expected. Or maybe a storm or disaster just broke down parts of your production chain and you won't be able to fulfill their needs. Of course, declining such a demand from your population will possibly lower the morale, and a low morale will have implications. And trust me, you don't want to say yes to just everything. I had early games where my population died in just the first winter because of a food shortage. Resources, building and challenges are one of the pieces in News Cycle. If you want to progress through the game, you might need to explore the surrounding areas, send out some expeditions, and as always in these kind of games, expeditions are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you get. The storytelling. Okay, we have to take into account that the game is going to be released into early access first, so this might not be relevant for the final release. But I have problems to catch the story fully. There's a lot of reading going on, and I'd love some 1 or 2 video sequences to explain the basic story of the world we are building up our new settlement. I do admit I am a little lazy, but I think they could do a lot with a voice actor and in-game rendered sequences. Maybe they will be able to add these if early access is being successful. I would wish so. Or maybe the game has them and they just didn't play for me? I don't know. If you're not interested in any story related things, there's also a sandbox mode and 2 other scenarios. One of them will be a defense scenario which you might enjoy. Also, multiple map types are available where the meadows are the richest in resources and probably the easiest to manage as a beginner. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the quality of New Cycle, though we have to be a little careful here because, New Cycle is not done yet. The artwork is already beautiful and I like the music. Bug-wise, always a very important topic, I have not met many major issues. The issues I had were already known by the studio and are being worked on. Hardware demand is pretty low, 8GB of space, 8GB of memory, a Ryzen 1600X, AMD RX 590 with 4GB of VRAM. All this is the recommended system requirements, something equivalent for Intel of course. But these hardware demands surprise me in the current game industry, because I find them rather low, but maybe they are just optimizing well. For everyone like me, New Cycle runs very well on an external hard drive. I had no issues with this. All in all, I enjoy New Cycle as an addition to the already vast survival city builder genre, and if you're interested in New Cycle, it will hit early access on the 18th of January 2024 on Steam. But more important, what do you think? Yay or nay? Feel free to drop a comment and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more, of course. Thank you so much for watching, take care, and until next time.